Hello and welcome to a brand new 2025-2026 Premier League season.
Liverpool are the champions for their people, with their people. Declan Rice, it's a ripper. Marmoush, that's magnificent.
The young guns of Chelsea claim the Champions League prize.
Newcastle will be playing Champions League football again. Now, 20 times the champions of England, Liverpool.
Today is my Premier League table predictions for the upcoming season, and we'll see who will knock Liverpool, if Liverpool can be knocked off top spot, and who will be relegated back down to the Championship. Find all that out and a lot more next. Boys, if you want a discount on your energy, go and get my discount in the description. New Dan 10 at checkout. Peace. And the video, I'll present what's happening later on in the year with predictions as well. I'm going to start off with AFC Bournemouth now. Bournemouth, I have predicted Bournemouth to finish in 13th place because they've lost three players in Milos Kerkez to Liverpool, potentially Zabani to PSG, and Kepa Arrizabalaga to Arsenal. Yes. I think they'll be in 13th spot, and we're talking about Arsenal. Arsenal are next on our agenda. They have signed a couple of good players, but i.e. Victor Gyökeres, Kepa, like I said, Nodi Madueke, and Michel, or whatever his name, Milan Zibani, or Zimmerman. That's it, Zimmerman from Sociedad, so I think, and a couple more players I can't name as well. I don't even know the signed with her. But Arsenal will be in third, potentially second, but for the predictions, I'm going to say third place. We now move to Aston Villa, who have had a up and down sort of transfer window, signing a few good players, haven't lost as many as I thought. They haven't lost as many as I thought they would do. But I'm gonna say Aston Villa will be in 5th position. This is now. We move to Brentford now. Brentford have lost a lot of players. They've lost their manager mainly to Newcastle, to Spurs. They've lost Brian Mbeumo, Christian Norgard, who's gone to Arsenal. Someone for Arsenal, Christian Norgard. And Berman they've lost a lot of players. They've lost second, but they have got, they have signed Keelan Kelleher as their number one for the new upcoming season, but I think they'll struggle with Keith Andrews as the manager, and I've put them to finish in 14th, just below Bournemouth, because they'll have a rookie start, and they might potentially lose Johan Wissa as well, potentially, because now Lucas Chesko has gone somewhere else that I'll explain later, but for now, that is that one. I'll go to Brighton and Hove Albion, who, as we know, are always up there. Lost João Pedro in the summer, to Chelsea. To Chelsea, João Pedro. To be fair, they still got a good enough team. They're trying to sell Carlos Baleba for about 100 million, which is not happening at all. But Brighton will be in 10th spot this season. We now move to the first newly promoted team in Burnley, who, let's say, have signed a lot of players, one mainly being they've lost their main goalkeeper, James Trafford, in the summer to Man City. But they've signed Kyle Walker, crucially, who will give them a bit of Premier League experience. And I think they, are going to be bottom of the tree in 20th place. And you now go to your Club World Cup winners in Chelsea, who I have predicted to be in 4th. I mean, to be fair, it's Chelsea. Let's list their players. Liam Delap in, Pedro in. They've got a lot of players in their club, and they're potentially going to sign Alejandro Garnacho as well. Chelsea will be in 4th spot, and we now go to Crystal Palace, who I did say were in Europa League, but because of Lyon have the same owners, they're now in the Conference League, but they're fighting their case for that. But as in Europe, I'm going to say they're 15th, because they're going to struggle with European and League form, but you never know, they could be the surprise package. Keep your eyes on Crystal Palace this season. We now move to Everton. Under David Moyes, it'll be another iffy season. There'll be another dog at the bottom. Lost capital and something could be up front. 16th for Everton this season. We now move to Fulham. These are like the teams that haven't done much this winter so far. I mean, I'm going to go to Fulham, who I have predicted to be in 12th position. Again, they haven't done much business as far as I'm aware this window. But I'm not giving up the window as I said so far. So yeah, and I'm going to say Fulham will be in 12th position. We now go to our second newly promoted team in Leeds United, who I think will stay up because they have got a decent manager, a decent squad. They've strengthened some of their key positions with key Premier League experience, i.e. the Longstaff has joined them from Newcastle. I don't know what it is, probably Sean has joined them from there. That's what I'm going to say. So Leeds will just stay up in 17th spot. And we now go to the defending champions in Liverpool, who I believe will win it again because they have signed a lot of players. They've had Man of Us video who are likely to make this, they have now got him this season now. Milos Kerkez, Jeremy Frimpong, Florian Wirtz, and crucially Hugo Nketiah from, I think I'm saying that right, I hope I'm saying that right, Nketiah from Leverkusen, I want to say. Yes, Leverkusen I want to say, but I'm not actually sure where he's actually from. I think he's from Leverkusen, but I'm not sure. I think Liverpool will finish in 1st position. We now move to Man City, who had their worst season on record last season, did not win a single trophy last season, at all last season for Man City. But I think they'll have a much more proactive season this season, and they'll finish in 2nd position. I don't know why I said 7th there. And we now go to Manchester United. Our worst season on record in history. No European football and no trophies, but we are making some signings. We have signed Matheus Cunha, Brian Mbeumo, Diego Leon, and at the time you'll see this on Monday, Benjamin Sesko should have been announced for around £73 million, which means we have spent £201 million on a brand new front three for the new season. What do we need now? A goalkeeper and a defensive midfielder. I may potentially believe that if we can get Garnacho out the door quickly, and potentially Gianluigi Donnarumma. We have been linked with Donnarumma, heavily linked. We only want 26 million from him as well, but that's everything to say. And I think we'll finish in 7th spot. European football, without European football we should be right, but that's when you think it's impossible. Then I'll go to Newcastle United, who have had an interesting pre-season. Isak, they've lost 2 strikers they wanted in Hugo Nketiah and now Sesko, and I think they'll be slap bang in 10th position. And we now go to Nottingham Forest, who at the moment sit in the Europa League position due to Palace's thing, but they are appealing it. So yeah, and I think Nottingham Forest will be in 8th spot, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is your top half of the Premier League table completed. Now we see, we only have a couple of teams left to fill in. Oh no, it's not a lie. There's one more team left in the top half, but the rest of them are in the bottom half. And now go to our last and newly promoted team in Sunderland, who have been very busy in the window, signing former Arsenal striker, midfielder, and former captain Granit Xhaka. He could be potentially good for them. They have signed a lot of players in the window. Have Chelsea, have Sunderland. Obviously, they have lost Job, however, to Borussia Dortmund. That will be a big miss for them, and I think they'll go straight back down again, and they'll be in 18th position. We now go to Tottenham Hotspur, who I think will finish in 6th place because they have got new management in Thomas Frank. They have signed a couple of players. Matthias Tel is permanent, but they have lost Son Heung-min. Yes, after 10 years at the club, Son starts to move on to pastures new, and he has gone to the MLS. Son, all the very best to you there, Son Heung-min. And Spurs will be in 6th, and that is your top half completed. We've only got 2 more teams left to fill in the bottom half of the Premier League table. And we start off with West Ham United, who, let's just say, have signed a couple of good players, but they've signed 1-2 players tops. They got a right back in. They got a full back in Kyle Walker-Peters from Southampton, and I think they'll be in 11th spot. And you could probably see and know where the last is going, which is Wolverhampton Wanderers, and I think they are going to be heading down this season. Yes, Wolves going Wolves going down to the Championship because they've lost Matheus Cunha and Ryan Gnabry, two of their most, Cunha was one of their most influential players for last season in Matheus Cunha, and it was good for them now. That will bring this Premier League prediction video season table prediction to an end, but if you're happy, I'm introducing a new prediction series as of September, I think whenever it starts, is the Women's Super League, WSL, is coming to the channel. Yes. That will be that should be a good one. There's teams in there, it'll be a laugh, because half the team it'll be a laugh. It'll be an absolute laugh, but I will see you lot on Friday for game week number 1 of the proper men's Premier League predictions. What will happen this season? We've got 36 game weeks to endure. We got a lot of months to endure of Premier League stuff. Until then, football vlogs as of next weekend are back. I'm not saying what it is, but it involves St Albans City, who I'll say more about that in a vlog, but for now, I'll see you lot on Friday for game week number 1 of the Premier League. Goodbye. Let's make the season worth it.